After just too many years, it seems that Arsenal have finally got their act together when it comes to signing big name players. After signing Lacazette, the Gunners are now linked with the likes of Kylian Mbappe, Jorginho and Riyad Mahrez. But could you imagine if Wenger and co had got their fingers out and signed some of the massive names that they've been linked with over the years? So here's an 11 made entirely up of players that Arsenal almost signed but didn't. GIGI Buffon. Arsenal almost signed him not once but twice. Before his mega move to Juventus back in 2001, he was heavily linked with a move to Highbury. And then again in 2011, when it looked like he could leave the old lady, he was again linked with a move to Arsenal, but decided to stay loyal to Juventus. Vincent Kompany. Centre-back has been a position that Arsenal have really struggled with in recent years, but could you imagine if they had this absolute tank at the back? While Kompany was still at Anderlecht, Arsenal made an approach for him and were quoted just £5 million for his signature. However, in classic Arsene Wenger mode, he refused to pay that much for Kompany, who instead joined Hamburg. Just like to remind you all that Wenger didn't have any problem in spending £4 million on Sebastian Scolacci. GERARD Piqué. Another centre-back that the Gunners really should have signed, but we'll let Arsene off here because they were actually really unlucky not to get him. When Arsenal signed Cesc Fabregas from Barcelona as a youngster, they wanted to bring Piqué as well. However, unfortunately, he was unable to secure a work permit and the deal fell through. He later signed for Manchester United before returning to Barcelona and having a truly incredible career. Raphael Varane. Wenger has always had an eye for a talented youngster, and this was no different. Back in 2011, before his move to Real Madrid, Arsenal were looking at the youngster and were pretty much going to sign him. However, they were too late, and Arsene blamed his scouts for not acting fast enough, and they couldn't convince Varane not to join Real Madrid and instead move to Arsenal. Ronaldinho. Wenger and Ronnie were dead set on teaming up together in the early 2000s. In fact, the deal was pretty much done, but there was one stumbling block: a work permit. The Home Office claimed that Ronaldinho didn't feature enough for his national team and therefore couldn't get a work permit. Ronnie moved to PSG, and there was little chance of Arsenal ever signing him after the 2002 World Cup Master Show. Seriously, could you imagine having Henry, Bergkamp and Ronaldinho in the starting 11? YAYA Toure. It is very interesting that Wenger doesn't seemingly understand how work permits work in the UK. Plus, once again, Arsenal were burnt after missing out on YAYA Toure when he was just 20 years of age. Another work permit failure for the Gunners. It left Toure feeling really annoyed, and instead of waiting around, he decided to go to the Ukraine instead. Paul Pogba. Another massive name that Arsene has claimed that he almost signed. Maybe if he'd got his act together, he wouldn't keep missing out on them. Anyway, when Pogba refused to sign a new deal at Manchester United, he was available on a free transfer. And just about every club in the world was looking at him, including Arsenal. However, Arsene was doing his shopping or something and was just so slow into getting in touch with Pogba that he'd already agreed to join Juventus months before it happened. Gareth Bale. This would definitely be a Tottenham fan's worst nightmare. Back in the mid-2000s, Arsenal seemingly wanted to sign just about every Southampton youngster. Well, okay, they signed one, Theo Walcott, but they were still keeping an eye out for the young left-back named Gareth Bale. However, despite negotiations, Wenger backtracked on the decision and instead claimed that he didn't need another left-back because he had Ashley Cole, who later left, and Gael Clichy. Wenger later admitted that missing out on Bale was a massive mistake and probably one of the biggest of his career. Cristiano Ronaldo. This was literally a done deal, well, almost. CR7 had been shown around the training ground and a £4 million deal was agreed. However, a friendly between Sporting Lisbon and Manchester United changed all of that because Ferguson was so impressed by how Ronaldo destroyed his defenders that he just had to sign him. United upbid Arsenal and paid £12 million for him, and Wenger had another name to this ridiculously long list of players that he'd missed out on: ZLATAN Ibrahimovic. Zlatan. This story is about as Zlatan as it can get without him karate kicking someone in the face. Before he joined Ajax, Zlatan came seriously close to a move to Arsenal. However, Zlatan doesn't do auditions. Yet, while Wenger wanted to bring Zlatan in to do a trial for him to show just what he can do, Zlatan refused because he knew what he could do and didn't need to prove it, as well as Zlatan being Zlatan. Though there was serious interest in the move from both parties, Zlatan claimed that Wenger never actually made a solid offer for him, so he decided to move to the Dutch Giants instead. Lionel Messi. Another player that could have come with Fabregas in 2003, Arsene was dead set on signing Messi. However, Messi's family refused to let him leave because of how good the Spanish club had been to his son and to them. However, there is another rumour that says that Arsenal refused to buy Messi and his family a flat in London, so the whole deal fell through. Wenger has claimed that this isn't true, but we know how tight he is, so this could very well be real. And that's our team. Who did we miss out? There's actually quite a few more players, so comment in the comment section on who you think they are. Thanks for watching, be sure to hit that like button, and we might just do another video for another manager. Subscribe if you haven't, and follow us on Twitter at HITC Sport.